Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Egld. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that we have a Fibonacci retracement set up, and if you don't know how to use the Fib retracements, there's going to be a link down below in the description that is going to take you to a video where I explain exactly how you can use the Fibonacci retracement to set up long-term and short-term targets. So for this Fib, we have the swing low in June of 2021, and we have the swing high in November of 2021. And as you can see from there, we have been moving downwards, and we went all the way down here below the first Fib level, which you can see over here is at $54 roughly. So we dropped below that. We did not retrace all the way down here, however, which is our 1.272 target. And if I just remove all of this here, as you can see, you do have multiple support levels here. So we had a support level at $40.80. We have a resistance level here at $46. Below, you can see that we have a couple of support levels as well in case we do see strong flash crashes or some sort of black swan events. We have a support level at $28.50, and here we have a support level at $20.70. Now, all of this doesn't mean that I think we're going to be coming back down to those prices. It just means that if we see a flash crash, if we see a black swan event, and you see these large capitulations, just like you did over here, or just like you did over here, I'm just preparing for that and preparing you for that, just so if you want to set up some buy limit orders in advance at these levels here, you know, in case we do see that flash crash, all of these orders will get filled, and then we see a strong pullback to the upside. As you can see, just like we did here and just like we did here, we saw a pullback after the initial capitulation, but obviously we did continue down here, but in this scenario we went upwards. So it all depends on the overall trend, because here we were in a bull market and here we were in a bear market. So if we bring back the drawings, I want to show you a smaller Fib that I have set up, and we can start targeting some Fib levels on this one. So this one is set up with the swing low at $32 back in January this year, and the swing high in December at $46.50. So our technical target was at $58.50 after we started breaking above that swing high. So we did not get that high, obviously. We did, however, retrace up to the 1.414, which is at $54.30. And from there, we started seeing a pullback, and we dropped on top of the 20 EMA first, but now we dropped even lower below the 55. And now we're holding the 0.786 Fib level, which is at $43.16. So that is going to be a pretty strong level for us moving forward. But if we continue pulling back down, Bitcoin continues dropping, and we have more bearish news from Silvergate, we are potentially going to get that bearish cross, and we're going to see a stronger capitulation after the FUD dropped into the market. Obviously, if Silvergate is going to go bankrupt, that is going to be a very negative sign, as that was really the #1 crypto bank, so to speak, in the US. So if that goes kaput, we can expect a massive drop for crypto, in my opinion, potentially to these lows that we printed back in January and December. So if you want to be ready for that, have some cash on the sidelines and potentially start setting up some buy limit orders for all your favorite projects at these major support levels here. As you can see, this massive wick here on Elrond was bought up pretty quickly yesterday. So this does show some nice bull strength, but you can see that this was also a support level back in February here when we started initially pulling back down, also at the very start of February and at the end of January. So this level here around $42 is a massive support level. So once we break below that, I do think we're probably going to be pushing even lower. And you, of course, have the golden ratio at $40.60. So that's what I think is going to be one of the most important levels where you want to be buying in. And to be honest with you, anything below $50 is very cheap for Elrond, in my opinion. Now, if we take a look at the daily RSI, let's see what's going on here. So you can see that we're pulling back down. We're actually, I think we're creating some sort of a bearish divergence here. If I'm honest, let me just... okay, you can see that, yes, we are creating some bearish divergence. So you can see that the price action is printing higher highs while the RSI is printing lower highs. Now, this is a bearish divergence, and typically after that, you see pullbacks. And as you can see, we have already started this pullback here. And this usually shows that the trend is losing its steam and the bulls will be losing to the bears shortly. And this is exactly what happened here. Now, if we are looking at some support levels on the RSI, you can see that we could be targeting some of these lows here that we printed during August and September of 2022. And that is sitting between the RSI of 37 and 35. So during those levels, or on top of those levels, you could say we could be dollar cost averaging. Below that, we have a massive support block, purple support block here that we have been retesting since January last year. And you can see every time we did see a pullback towards that, we had a massive move to the upside. So let me just bring that all the way back there. You can see that every single time we touched 25 on the RSI or lower, we saw a massive spring to the upside. So if we indeed do come back down to those levels, if we see a bearish, bearish news thrown into the markets and some FUD from Silvergate, we are probably going to be seeing these lows retested on the RSI across the board. So just feel free to pay attention to those and feel free to add those support and resistance trend lines as well. But yeah, that's what we have for the daily chart. Now let's move forward to the Binance website. Taking a look at the weekly chart on Binance, you can see that we're breaking below the 20 EMA on the weekly, which is not very good, as we probably should have been holding that if we wanted to continue upwards in a bullish trajectory. Unfortunately, that did not happen. However, we broke above this massive diagonal resistance trend line, which we started retesting back in November 2021. So we had a nice break to the upside, and now we're coming back down. So I would target this support block between $45 and $35 that we retested. We retested the $35 mark back in January of 2021. Then we dropped below that in January 2023, just this month, just this year. And from there, we had a nice breakout. So even here, you can see that you have a nice falling wedge that played out. And that was also a nice pattern that you could have targeted. So if you saw this breakout here, you could have drawn this. We were talking about this in the last update as well. So yeah, if you started the breakout there, and your technical target would be all the way up here at what's that, $57.60. Unfortunately, we did not get there. So Elrond did not, or Multiverse X did not perform as well as some other altcoins, but this doesn't mean that the project is dead or anything like that. They actually do have a very nice team and a very ambitious project. So we could be targeting these levels down the line sometime, maybe in May, June, August, when we do have the next impulsive move to the upside. And $68 is going to be one of the major resistance levels for us to break, as this is the support level that we created back in June of 2021. So this level was retested as resistance in August last year, and then we pulled back down. So breaking through that would be absolutely massive, in my opinion. So that's something to keep an eye on. And literally for every single altcoin, breaking the August high would be the most important thing that they can do. And for Bitcoin, we have the same story. We just failed to break the August high, which is very bearish. And you can see here on the weekly RSI, we're printing some sort of a symmetrical triangle where we're going up and down between these levels, and eventually we do need to break to the upside. Hopefully that's exactly what is going to happen. You do have this support block in the middle, but I do think we're going to lose that if we see a stronger capitulation in the markets. We're probably going to come back down and retest this white support trend line. ascending support trend line, and that's going to be one of the best entry points you have for Elrond. So draw this out on your weekly RSI and eyeball these patterns here. So that is pretty much everything I have for Multiverse X. Thank you very much for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, let me know down below in the comment section. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Take care.